Get started. So we're gonna jump into round one here with our mono blue living end deck. This deck was given to me by Bob Taylor out of Iowa. He linked it to me on Discord over the weekend, and I immediately was like, yeah, we gotta play this deck. I mean, it's got As Foretold in it, some counter spells, a bunch of cycling creatures. And you have a plan B. Like you might not even living end. If the game doesn't require it, in which case you can just eventually hard cast all of your things off your As Foretold. So yeah, it should be really cool. Hey Jesse, congratulations on your GP finish. I know it wasn't quite what you wanted, but it's still pretty strong. Oh yeah, shoot. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Alright, got the title updated. Thank you for that. We lost the die roll. And we have Ancestral Visions, Cryptic Command. We already have Well, for facing big mana decks, like, this might not even be that bad. We're like an As Foretold away from being insane. So we can just like Ancestral Vision on one. Maybe keep our opponent off some stuff depending on what their deck's trying to do. I definitely think this Cryptic is bad, but we do have two blue sources at the moment. If you think that Field of Ruin is a blue source, so it's a little slow, but I'm gonna keep it. It's really good against discard, which does not look like we're playing. And there's our As Foretold. Now, given the matchup, this is probably going to get countered. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we're playing Grixis. This looks like a Thought Scour. Yeah, alright, so we're playing Grixis. That's actually good for us. I feel like this is a good matchup, as long as our As Foretold resolves. They don't really have a way to deal with any enchantments. Oh, it could just be, okay, Grixis control. Sure. Well, this hard-coded Ancestral Vision will probably help a lot. I'm gonna actually pay 2 life and cycle this Street Wraith. If we hit like oh, we just hit Living End. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be ghost quartering anything given the As Foretold, and I probably just want to cycle this Architect at Will now that we have a Living End. We'll just play Field of Ruin and pass. This hand's really come together. Wonder if our opponent knows what we're on. So Serum Visions goes into the graveyard. Now they do get to get a Tasigur back, so that's something I have to consider. Our opponent shocked. I'm not so concerned about that. Alright, Teleria West can get us any 0-cost spell on the deck. Was supposed to cycle the Architect of Will and I forgot. We're going to be drawing, what, 4 cards? So, yeah, I'm just going to jam. This is gonna get countered. Yep. I was thinking that we could cast the Architects of Will if we needed to, but I forgot there's no black mana in this deck. This search actually isn't very good because we can just Field of Ruin it. Yeah. Opponent has Cryptic mana now. Alright, we're definitely gonna want a Field of Ruin. I don't think we need to play this Teleria West, so this is actually a fourth blue source, or a third blue source for this Cryptic command, which we can fight over with its Ancestral Visions. So I'm gonna pass, and when they activate, I'm probably going to Field of Ruin them. And I really don't want to give them a land. Okay, my stop is there. So after this resolves, I should get priority. And if I don't, that's a problem. So they got a Cryptic command. Okay. Something to note if you're playing Modern is that you must search. It's not a May. Interestingly, it is a May on a certain different software that that WotC's working on, but it is not a May. And I believe that is considered a bug. Definitely going to cycle this Architects of Will here. Okay, a second Cryptic command is a thing. Currently on match 1, game 1. So it's going. Alright, opponent just lets us draw 4 cards. Well, I think I'm just going to suspend another one of those. I could hard cast a Curator here, but I actually like leaving open Cryptic. I wish I had something I could do at instant speed to kind of stop this. Yeah. I know he has a Cryptic command, and if for some reason he's playing like some Through the Breach deck, I don't know if I'm just supposed to jam this. We're just gonna stare at each other for a while, and he's probably gonna hit land drops over me. Alright, fine. I've got a Ghost Quarter for that, so it's not that big of a deal. Striped Sidewinder. That's a card. 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. We're 1 shy from this. Eh. I might want to transmute something later. I don't think I'm in like any big hurry to play. I do want to hit my land drops, but I'm not in any big hurry to play this Riverwinder. Alright, we'll pass. Opponent's gonna have to discard. Yep, okay. That's fine. Wouldn't mind finding like one more piece of interaction. Yeah, I'm just gonna cycle. Alright, so they can snap Cryptic, they can Cryptic plus Mana Leak. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Foretold takes us down to 5 mana. We can we can double Remand. Logic not for 6. Spell Snare. Alright. So we're gonna remand the Logic Knot again. He doesn't have double blue, so he needs like and he can't snap Mana Leak, so he needs another Mana Leak, another Spell Snare. Alright, so how many creatures do we have in the yard right now? He's got a Tasigur. We have Street Wraith, Architect Will, Curator, Street Wraith, Architect Will. Oh yeah, definitely casting this thing. I should have stacked these so that I looked at his first. Alright, so probably don't need any more cards. Definitely want to draw this Disallow. Our opponent can have Island. Alright. What you got, opponent? Bolt me. Sure. It's possible I should have put Delta first, anticipating that he put this into the graveyard. Like he's gonna put the island into the graveyard. But I kind of want him to shuffle away. Okay, so he actually kept it, so he probably has a Cryptic Command. We have 6, 7, 8 mana. We kind of want to have double Cryptic next turn. So I kind of don't want to Ghost Quarter him, but I do have a Field of Ruin. So now my opponent has to make a decision whether they want to use this or not. Decided no. Alright, let's go to combat. Let's put some lethal on him. So 3, 6, 10, 15. So far, so good. Wants to return Street Wraith and tap all our creatures. How about we counter target spell and return this Tasigur to his owner's hand? We have enough spells in our hand. So he has a Logic Knot. And then we'll counter draw. You should bounce Street Wraith here with Cryptic. Fizzles his Cryptic and we get to draw. Bounce. I'd rather have that damage. Sweet. Alright, so we're gonna bring in the Leyline of the Voids. Dismember kills basically all of his stuff, but I don't know that we need it. I don't think I'm on the Dismember plan. I'm also gonna trim a Living End because the game's gonna go a little bit longer. The street rates are probably fine. Mana Leak's gonna get kind of bad. But I like Remand because he's got Delvers. This seems fine. I wish this deck had a swamp. Or just like one. Yeah, I guess just one swamp. This seems right. Okay, yeah, the Battleland's an interesting idea. The problem is you can't get it with Ghost Quarter and Field of Ruin, so I think just one swamp's probably fine. We're gonna keep this. We have a Cycler. We have a Living End to eventually hit, and his graveyard's gonna be gone. Opponent doesn't have a land. Oh, we found a tar pit. Okay. So if he doesn't have a land and we hit a land, we've got a Foretold. Oh, he hit his land. Tapped though. Land? Could cast Living in there. You'd make a Serpent? Yeah, I thought about it. I'm not in any rush, I don't think. Now I can get two guys. Let's draw some cards. We'll Living End next turn. I could remand my own Ancestral Visions here. Kind of like that better. It's got a Spell Snare. Sure. I mean, yeah, I guess you're not wrong. Now we'll untap with Cryptic back up. Yeah, I guess my opponent would be at 12 here. Would be kind of a lot better for us. It wants to return Street Wraith and draw a card. Okay. And this is a hard-casted Tasigur. You played a land, right? Hey, Bob. Ooh. If we had a land, I'm going to play this as foretold. Otherwise, probably just going to hold it. Five hexproof going to get there. No, I'm going to play As Foretold with mana, and then I'll have Remand and Cryptic off of this As Foretold. Oh, right, it's once per turn. Sure. Yeah, good point, good point. Second one is not quite as good as the first one. Alright, opponent can't fetch. They can play Creeping Tar Pit, but then that means they can't play Tasigur if they have a second copy. Snapcaster Mage. Counterbounce Tar Pit again. Well, we can't play this, and he's gonna have a snap. But just in case he has Damnation or something, I'm gonna keep this. I also thought about bouncing my own Teleria OS, and then I could transmute it for Ancestral Visions and then cast Ancestral Visions. That might have been the right play. Just in case I hit a counter. Oh no! I want that card. That's sad. I'm probably just gonna hard cast that. Alright, pretty sure it's... Well, I guess it could have Cryptic, but it's kind of Damnation or Bust. But Cryptic definitely gives him another draw. Alright, 1-0. Doing it, we're doing it. Alright, we have 2 cyclers. I'm gonna put 1 vision on top or on suspend. And hopefully these cyclers get us there. Alright, Eldrazi Temple's a little scary. Wouldn't mind finding a Ghost Quarter. I think given the speed of their deck, I'm more interested in cycling now. Because, well, nah, probably not. If they thought not me, they're probably taking, like, the Living End. Chalice on 0. Alright. So we need a Cryptic Command to bounce that. We'll play Teleria West next turn. Can't think of a better target to... Oop, there's the Cryptic. Field of Ruin, get the Temple. Good sign. Alright, this can get us an As Foretold. But we have to get this Chalice off the field first. think I actually pitched the Telaria West to the Reality Smasher if he bricks. So how much do I care about this Ancestral Vision being countered? Alright, hopefully this gets us an As Foretold. It did not. So now we have to find another Cryptic. Yeah, that's a little bit of a tilt. Alright, a Remand's good here. Kind of. Look guys, we're doing amazing things. Alright. Sick! For what it's worth, you can disallow a Chalice trigger. Sure. It's fair. Alright, so this is definitely a Dismember matchup. Leyline's not good. Either of them are really good. I mean, Leyline, this Leyline stops Thought-Knot Seer, but that's about it. Could board in Obstructionist. I would assume Chalice is going to be a problem. But we probably just want to be like real fast with our living ends. And I think Street Wraith and Dismember is a problem. So I think I'm going to run this. I think Obstructionist might be just a little too slow. I think that might be a trap. I think those are in there for Storm. Unfortunately, Field of Ruin is not great. Alright, so he drew a Chalice for the turn. Don't have Natron. This is a Mind Stone. Oh, just Walking Blister for one? Sure. Probably just gonna... Question is whether I should... He missed his land drop, right? Or no, he played Basic Waste. Yeah. I think I just want to field here and hope he doesn't have a second waste. So we'll stop in the draw step. And I'm gonna hit the power plant. Because you never want him to play the tower last. Because they get the most mana off the tower. Alright, so we're getting Thought Knotted. I assume he's gonna take Curator here, since that's really the only thing relevant. I didn't want to cycle into something better, like a Cryptic, so... No, like, I want to draw a Cryptic, and I don't want him to take it. Yep. I think I'm just gonna hardcast the Phantoms. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. Alright, need a Cryptic. So our opponent got a little fortunate. Mulled a 6, did not have a Chalice on 1, and then played a Chalice on 2. Hopefully we can draw one of our Cryptics here. Have a shot. Yep. Drift for disallow, disallow the trigger. Alright, I can get behind that line. Cryptic. Cryptic deck. Cryptic. Aww. We have like just enough mana too, right? So Field of Ruin, probably not what we want. We kind of need another Cryptic now. So if we transmuted, then scryed, we've been able to scry our draw. Okay, I'm with you. Yeah. All right. So Teleria West, triggers on the stack. Yeah. Okay. Alright, that's a scary Mama Jama.
What?
Alright, we're just dead. The Chalice for 0 is gonna beat us. Alright, we do want the Nimble Destructionist. Our opponent clearly showed they're gonna mulligan to it. We could also bring in Hurkyl's Recall. He has Mind Stone. And alright. So let's board out. We're gonna be on the play. Let's put out Remand. Because I'm not really remanding a Chalice. Alright, keep. Hey Josh, thank you for the resub. Means a lot. Alright, we have our third land. Oh. Now we just need to find a living end. Alright, there's our living end. I guess Karn's a consideration, but we have a second As Foretold. This is our second match. Alright. So there's the Karn. Definitely gonna want a Ghost Quarter here, right? So I think I play Ghost Quarter, transmute Teleria West. This is match 2, game 3. Alright, so I transmute for Teleria West, play Ghost Quarter a Tron piece. Next turn I can As Foretold and then play Living End as long as he doesn't have Chalice. That'll give us 3 creatures to pressure this Karn. Think this has to be the line. What did he play last? Tower? Alright. Oh, that is just a tilt. Now we have to play Obstructionist. So I can pressure the Karn. I hit Tower because it was the last thing he played. He could have multiple copies. Like if I would have hit Power Plant, he had a second Power Plant. He mapped for a tower, so he didn't have one. This is a Walking Ballista for 2. Hanger Backwalker. gotta pressure the Karn. Think I disallow this? We should have just held up on the we played turn 3 as foretold Ancestral Vision, and we should have just held off. Yep, that's game. We can take the Karn back to 2, but I think we would have needed like a Cryptic there to have any shot. Alright, 1-1. I think we got too aggressive on our As Foretold on turn 3. Probably we had the disallow, should have just held it up. We knew he was going to have Natural Tron. The only thing that really punished us is Karn, based on his keep. I think he knew he had Natural Tron. And, this hand's pretty good. We'll keep. We're on the play. We have basically 12 draws to hit Ancestral Vision, Living End, or Transmuter. Oh, this is going to get discarded. Goodbye, As Foretold. Oh, look at us go. Here comes the Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf. Alright. Field of Ruins a card. Oh, how much should we play around Abrupt Decay, guys? I guess we have another... We have another guy that can go get us our 3rd As Foretold. Alright, there's the Abrupt Decay. Goyf's now 5/6. Oh, Antar Fire. Alright, he's all in. Oh, we hit Living End too. Croak. Alright, it's gonna be a close one. Can only transmute as a sorcery, right? Can't tell, but I'm pretty sure that's true. Alright, please don't have discard. Tilt. Huge tilt. I have the living end as well. Sure. Well, I think we have to rip our 4th As Foretold here. Mana Leak's not gonna do it. Alright, I think the Leyline of the Voids are better than the Leyline of Sanctities. Yes, he gets to discard me, but at the same time, just having his threats be so small is pretty huge. In terms of how to board, I think the Living End is gonna kind of get us there. Or the game's gonna go longer, so we don't need the 4th Living End. I think the leaks also aren't particularly good. We're definitely better on the play, though. Like, I'll be fine just hard casting Ancestral Vision. I'm gonna board out. I guess the Lingering Souls could be in. Board out the leaks. Countdown's on. So he wanted to draw the top card of his library. This can only hit disallow. I'm not gonna do any main phase cycling here. I don't want to be weak to Inquisition again. Deck might even want some copies of Spellstorm, honestly. This card is so good against Living End. I didn't want to play into Abrupt Decay. I was hoping to cycle into a relevant card. Wow, I would have got rewarded for it as well. That's a tilt. I guess, I mean, if I would have played it and just like cycled my Street Wraith, I would have hit Living End. And we would have had a Street Wraith on Street Wraith battle. Bajuka Bog. Okay. Wow. Certainly can't win now. Well, that was like the worst draw ever. Is this deck good? I'm gonna say no. Yeah, I'm gonna go with no on that. I don't know why you wouldn't just play a traditional Living End, to be honest with you. The problem is it's too it's very sorcery speed. It's cute, and it looks really fun, but it's definitely way too sorcery speed. You think traditional Living End is god awful? I don't think that's true. I think there's a meta for it. I think there's some nuance that a lot of people don't see. That is a big Tarmogoyf. So one of the problems here is I can't Ancestral Vision and Living End. So I think we should have the Living End again. You can have a Bloodstained Mire. it can make me sack. I sack the 3/3. Then I can block the Grimflayer all day. If he makes me discard, I think I'm going to discard the Teleria West. Yeah. I'm definitely going to Field of Ruin because I don't want him to draw a Mistral Bauble or Thoughtseize. I mean, they're not terrible. Oh, that's really awkward. Opponent, little do you know. So I'm gonna Field of Ruin after he stacks his deck because he must shuffle. And I guess we'll get his Black Sword. And now I believe all he has is a Street Wraith in his yard. I certainly don't want to give him any of these cards. I have another Bloodstained Mire. Yeah, I should have done myself. Because we kind of want like our Cryptic Command. Opponent's at 9, so all we need is a single Cryptic Command. Yeah, that was a mistake. That's a really, really bad. That was a very bad. Very bad Ancestral Vision. Sure. We have a Teleria West. It's fine. One card left? Liliana? Sure. So I mean, I guess minusing is, yeah. Want to maximize my chances of hitting a Cryptic Command, so I'm gonna Field of Ruin here. Take out the White Source. Man, we are just like professionals, I guess. Alright, Tap all creatures. Draw a card. Alright, we got it. I kind of want to Obstructionist now, so I can hit this Bojuka Bog trigger. It seems a little slow though. I don't think I can do that. I'm gonna actually keep in the leaks on the draw. Try to hit Liliana's. Probably want one Disallow, actually, just so I can get it with Drift. And here I might mulligan a little aggressive to find a Leyline. Never mind, we have one in our opening hand. Alright, and then hoping to draw Island. Hopefully this is a Goyf, not a Grim player. It's probably a Grim player. Oh, thoughts. Sure. It's an interesting decision. Probably just the Living End or the Ancestral Vision. Three Death Shadow. That's a tilt. Yeah, we're probably just dead to this now. Didn't hit a land. Felt like a keep to me. We had Leyline, we had an Ancestral Vision. If we hit a land in any of 6 draws, I think we're okay. I think, you know, if we hit a land and in our first 3 draws, the Death Shadow doesn't even come down that turn. That's just bad luck. Definitely don't think the deck is great. It's a lot of fun though. Looking for a fun deck. Alright, we got Asfertold, we got a Cycler, we got a Leak. And we have Teleria West. It's a good card against us. Holy crap. So, You remember when I was saying cards come in triples? I've been saying this for like a week now. We just drew triple Ancestral Vision. Alright, Chalice for 0. Opponent has a very good start against us. Can we hit Island so we can hardcast our Curator? No. Alright, so we have to find Cryptic Command and somehow deal with this Relic. Actually, we're more likely just hardcasting all of our stuff at this point. Another As Foretold. All right. Cryptic here would be pretty good. I actually think if you want to play an As Foretold deck, you should definitely be playing Restore Balance, like a Jeskai Restore Balance deck. I thought about it. It was really close. But I didn't want to... I don't know. Something in my mind said no. Well, we lose. We can't beat Chalice of the Void. Currently, anyway. Definitely bring it in. Right, but if I remand the Dismember, he's just going to Dismember again. Yeah, it costs him 4 life, but I don't have an answer to the second one. If I had like a Cryptic, I would have totally remanded. My hand is so redundant to the Thought-Knot Seer. You got it, man. Ooh, okay. I didn't even think about getting a Field of Ruin. We should definitely do it this turn. At this point, he has 1,000,000 mana, though. Yeah, I'm still learning the ins and outs of the deck, but yeah, this makes a lot of sense. What are we hitting? Probably one of the Tron lands. I really think if our first Ancestral Vision hit anything relevant, we were fine. The fact that it hit 2 Ancestral Visions, Chalice for 2? What is he afraid of on 2? I guess Mana Leaks and Remand? Sure. Alright, that's half of a thing. We need a Living End now. I guess I could have Ancestral Visions and then disallowed. We might have to do that next turn. Well, I don't know how we... I mean, his graveyard and his hand is pretty much the same thing. So we need a 5/5 is what we need. Can't beat that card. We just naturally draw a 5/5, we can beat it. Come on, deck. Alright, alright. Oh, I messed up. I messed up bad, guys. It should have been using my mana so that I can Ancestral Vision and then Living End. Yep. 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 I know what I did wrong. I messed up. And there you go, the ultimate punished for it. Yep, well, the thing is I don't really want a Living End anyway, because I get one guy, he gets 2. No, I don't think it was a punt more than, now that I think about it. I could have drawn 3 more cards, I guess. Which was probably relevant. I also probably want to remand something. Oh, I can't remand anything. wasn't beating this card anyway, so it's fine. Alright, recall, obstructionist all in. I feel like I can't board out any cyclers. Disallow can beat a trigger, but probably not enough. I should have drawn 3 more cards. It wouldn't have mattered. I would have lost to As Foretold. I guess I could have potentially drawn out of it. I don't know. If in the top 3 cards I had a Cryptic Command, we would have been able to counter the All is Dust. I'm gonna mulligan to try to find some counters. Yeah, I got a mulligan again. This hand's just too risky, and it doesn't have any cyclers. I'm gonna keep this. We both mulligan to 5. I feel like a Ghost Quarter is not something I can pass up in this matchup. Opponent mulligan to a Chalice. Okay. Alright, we hit a land. But I pretty much have to play Ghost Quarter here. I think I'm just hoping to cast these 2 cards. Tilt. Don't thought on me, bro. Oh, here it comes. Okay. Relic's fine. Alright, land. I almost just want to play the Drift because it just blocks this all day long. So we kind of stem the bleeding, and then hopefully we can untap and play Curator. Hermione. Yep. Takes the cryptic command. Alright, we got Leak, Obstructionist. Not terrible. I don't think of trading Obstructionist and Reshaper is where I want to be. Think, let's see, we take 3 down to 7, he takes 7 down to 10, and then we take 3 down to 4, and he takes 7 down to 3. So I don't want to die to a Reality Smasher. Expedition map. Yep. So hopefully this Leak can hit like an All Is Dust or a huge Walking Ballista. Because it ain't hitting much else. I guess there's consideration for him getting like a Seagate Wreckage or something, or like a non-tower land like a Sanctum of Ugin. Yeah, okay. He got Sanctum of Ugin. Should have let this resolve first and then done it. You can get Walking Ballista for 3, which doesn't do it, because I'm going to take him to 3 next turn, and then he can't kill the Curator. So, Wormcoil Engine. That also doesn't do it, right? He can't play it this turn. I was hoping to hit a counter of some sort there, like a Cryptic. That's also why I bottomed the Sea Serpent, because if I cycled that one, I couldn't Cryptic. The Wormcoil doesn't get him out of this. Do I want Dismember? It seems as though I want to be interacting more with my opponent's creatures. Probably don't want 3 though. Seems like a lot. Cut a Street Wraith for 1. Alright. We have 3 Cyclers and a Remand. I'm gonna keep. Double Temple. Alright, that's not so bad. Alright, Dismember's a card. So I'm gonna Field of Ruin the Temple? Is that right? So if I Field of Ruin the Temple, he doesn't get to land. That's 3 lands. If he plays any land, he gets to Thought Knot me again, so that's probably wrong. This way I can leak it plus Dismember the Mana Reshaper if I want. I think I need to Dismember this now. I don't want to take 7 off of it, essentially. Please don't hit a land. Ghost Quarter. So. Oh boy. Now he gets to pay 3. And he had a 3rd temple. God, that's gross. Guess I was supposed to take 7? I'd be at 9. It seems really scary. I wanted to see if I could hit Remand there. He gets to cast it again, but that's fine. I think he just takes a Cryptic. Can double Field of Ruin, but then I can't Cryptic. So we're gonna take 4 and then counterbounce Thought Knots here on the end step, or depending on what he does. Another Thought-Knot Seer. So I can Field of Ruin, go get an island, and then Field of Ruin. So I can Field of Ruin twice. I don't know. This seems like our draw has not lined up very well. 1, 2, 3, 4. He had Reality Smasher, he just would have jammed it. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I'm conceding to a Reality Smasher anyway, so let's do it. Here it comes. Walking Blister for 3 also does it. Not exactly lethal. We can draw As Foretold here. Actually, we couldn't draw As Foretold either. We needed an untap land. Oh, why couldn't we just draw that for the turn? That would have saved us. Yep, we're dead. Dang it. Alright, so we've played against 2 Chalice of the Void main deck decks, and that's been pretty brutal. It seems like we've been okay against all the fair decks. But like, again, if we were just playing Living End there, like having access to Fulminator Mage or potentially Blood Moon, although I don't like Blood Moon in that deck. But even just Fulminator Mage is like huge. Instant Speed is also like Living End versus Eldrazi Tron is, it's pretty much Chalice of the Void, and you have a lot of answers you get to bring in for that. So while this deck's sweet, probably would not. I have to keep, right? Like I have an As Foretold on 4. I have a Ghost Quarter for land shenanigans. Oh, we're playing the Mirror. Playing the Mirror. Oh, we're not gonna fight over this as foretold until our ancestral vision comes offline, unless he taps out. Which he could do. I didn't think he would. Alright. So he has to discard. We get to draw 3. But he has 2 fatties in his yard already. We have a mana leak, so I could play as foretold here. But then if he has as foretold, like we're just in a crappy situation. Alright, I'm just gonna pass and discard a Living End. Don't think we're going to be wanting that. Transmuted. We have a million cards in our hand. So who's going to blink first? Also need to be thinking about how to win. Because it's probably not off Living End. Remand, you say? Alright, I'm going to remand my As Foretold. The old classic remand battles. I hate this interface, by the way. Remanding, like anytime you cast a spell targeting a spell, I hate that when I mouse over it, it only just like highlights what it's doing. It should put these red things around it. This is just who owns it, but like you're gonna know who owns it. Mana leak. It's fine. So if he goes to Living End here, I'm gonna let it resolve, obviously, but I'm gonna Architect of Will myself. I have a feeling post-board we're gonna stare at each other too, because like we both have a ley line. Yeah, that's fine. God, I don't really want any of these cards. By Living End, we both just go back to parity, so I don't want to do that. I'm gonna hit on mana. So he's got 2 leaks and 2 remains left in his deck. Obviously he has one of them. Oh boy. So our draws are basically the same, except for he has huge 5/5s and I don't. Sick. Definitely just blocking. Our plan is to resolve a Living End and then not let him. Alright, so let's count our mana. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. We need 6 of it to fight over a counter spell. Let's filter your draw and filter my draw. And again, I stacked them wrong. I should have done me first and then him. This is mine. I'm gonna keep. Yeah, I'm gonna keep these all on top. I mean, I have to, but I'm gonna keep the curators on top. You can have island. And I'm gonna probably make him shuffle. Alright, so we have disallow and cryptic. If I field of rune, I get 1 land back, so it costs me 2 mana, which means I have 5 mana, which is what? Disallow and mana leak? It's probably enough. No, I'm just gonna let this happen. The cards on top aren't all that bad, right? It's island, curator, remand. I think I only care about living in. Fighting over anything else is foolish. Yeah. This buys me a turn to get my Asphalt up to 2, so that next turn I have 3 counters for them. Disallow. So I can leak and disallow, so I should just leak the living end. Remand your own living end. Disallow the living end? Alright. Shields down. I probably want to keep the curator just in case I need something in the graveyard. I guess I can just cycle it, right? I already know what all these cards are. I'll put that on top. I know there's an island on top, so what I'm gonna do is cycle this. Triggers on the stack. Oh, damn it. I messed up. So now I'm just gonna let it resolve. Here. Yep, just gonna keep letting it resolve. What a weird game. So this Teleria West can get me a living end. Alright, so there's some possibility of like countering your spell, bouncing my own Teleria West so I can go get another living end. I don't care about that. Huh. Yeah, I probably let this resolve. End step. Let's get rid of his thing so that he can't bounce his. Alright. This guy's irrelevant because we're going to search our library. Get ancestral vision here. I should have done this post combat since he was gonna have to attack. Since he was gonna have to tap my team. For some reason, I just had some tunnel vision and I wasn't paying attention to his life total. That's definitely my fault. All right, well he didn't have a counter for this. So yeah, Ley Lines of the Void's in, I guess. I don't know. Like we can have a weird sub game where we're trying to hardcast things. Probably want... I mean, if this is my plan, I don't think I want any living ends. It'll just be a dead card, because I'm assuming he'd bring them in against me. At which point I just want, like, all the threats. Street Wraith can be blocked pretty easily. Drift probably doesn't seem very good here. I guess I can get disallow, which is probably good enough. Alright. We're just gonna play a sub game of who can exile their opponent's graveyard first, I guess. I don't know. It's a good hand. Kind of like a mole. Alright, so good news is... So he's suspended. I'm also gonna suspend. I also think I'm gonna cycle some number of these River Winders. Maybe not. I think I need to do one at least. Yeah, we boarded out all of our Lugans. Maybe I was supposed to leave one in. Oh, that was a bad draw. Alright. Because we have this disallow, I think I'm just supposed to use that or hold it. Opponent's got one. Yeah, I misboarded. Alright, so I need to fight over these cards from my opponent. And then hopefully... Never know, he might target me. Negate. Okay. So he's got a different sideboard than we do. Okay, he cast As for Toll. I think we do the same. So we'd go to 8 cards, but we have a Leyline we want to discard anyway. I think I want to keep this. I didn't need to tap a land, I don't know why I did that. Alright. We're probably going to want to bounce our opponent's As for Toll before they get to 4 mana. God, I wish we had one living in our deck. That was a mistake. Surgical extraction. Alright, man. Wow. Really think those are that good? Opponent's taking forever. They now know we have no living ends. Sure. You do you, opponent. You do you. It's another cryptic. Doing it on upkeep. Probably has a negate. It's fine. Sure. So next turn we need to start fighting over some stuff. Specifically this As Foretold. I need this not on 4. This hand has to be some number of cyclers. Could be Architects of Will. Probably a million counters. Alright, I think we're gonna fight over this on his upkeep. Play my man. So I turned off auto yield, so with this on the stack, we're gonna bounce this. Opponent does not want to lose. Holy crap. Opponent does not want to lose the counter spells, guys. Yeah, can't stop that. This is probably a disallow. That's fine. Yep. Well, that's really sad. Sure. So our opponent brought in Negate, Dispel, 2 Surgicals. Alright. Opponent has drawn 3 of their 4 cryptic commands. So they should be pretty close to being out of counters here. So we can't ever cast this Architect, so we're going to cycle it. And our opponent's playing pretty slow, and this could go to time, so I'm just going to play it out. This deck's very innovative. I would not say it's good, though. Sure. We're never casting that. Another Dispel. Holy crap. Alright, we'll concede to that. I have a pretty good idea of how our opponent boarded. Just a million counters. So we're not going to win the counter war. Five lands curator? That's a mulligan. Oh, probably not winning this one either. Just gets worse. That's funny, I bought him the Living End, and had I kept it, we would have drawn Living End to the Foretold. Show the appearance. I'm actually gonna Field of Ruin here to hit a blue source. Just keep trying to hit land drops now, I think. Opponent missed a land drop. I was really thinking about transmuting this, but I think I want to get a disallow later. Nimble Obstructionist? Sure. Does my opponent have surgical extraction? Opponent does not have surgical extraction. I feel like I should Ghost Quarter, but I don't. Maybe not. No reason to put anything into the graveyard. Sumi taps my team here. Tries to. Gets to have the spell. I will try to counter. If he counters back, I will transmute Teleria West into Ancestral Visions and then cast that. Putting my opponent on a tough spot here. Turn this. Could have Dispel, but he didn't. So now if our opponent has As Foretold plus Living End, we can cycle the Architect. I'm gonna do that anyway. Man was a good draw. right, completed the league. We went 2-3. I feel like we could have gone 3-2. Like, the deck seemed good enough to at least 3-2. I probably punted one of our games. We definitely were losing to Eldrazi-tron. Hands down, nothing we can do about Relic plus Chalice of the Void. Seems really tough. Living End at least has answers in like Igniture and stuff, but we don't have any of that. We could Hurkyl's Recall, but you know, by that time it's just gonna be too late. Oftentimes, you know, we couldn't stop a Thought-Knot Seer, and yeah, it was really tough. You know, I think they're beatable, but once they land Chalice, it's going to be really hard to win. You need to remove it, not just bounce it with a Cryptic Command and hope to get in one spell. Like I said, I did probably punt. Might have cost us a game. Still felt like a really tough matchup. But yeah, I mean, the deck was fun. I liked casting things for free. I might try, you know, a Restore Balance deck. I know, like, Greater Gargadon is a really interesting card that you can suspend, sack a bunch of lands to it, restore balance, and then you know, and then you have this gigantic creature and nobody has any lands, and you're just casting like free spells every turn. It's more cute than good, but it still seems like it'd be fun. Yeah, overall, I mean, the sideboard probably needed a lot of work. I think this deck's kind of still early in its life cycle. Our opponent just now had clearly been messing around with it. I think he had too many counters in his deck. But, you know, maybe he just was facing a lot of control and just got tired of dealing with it. To me, it needs another color. You know, being mono blue is interesting, but I feel like you need something more. I don't know what that color would be off the top of my head. More than likely black to gain some removal or something. I don't know. Maybe red for cards like Igniture, like a blue-red cycling deck. Maybe that's the direction it should go. You could also get like Desolate Loot House. Definitely felt like the deck wanted a swamp, so you could just hard cast your Architects of Will at times. Field of Ruin was often, you know, just excess, and you could easily go get a swamp with it. I never felt like, you know, we were that choked on blue mana. But yeah, it was fun. I had fun. I'm gonna put the matches up on YouTube here in a bit. So if you missed any part of this league, feel free to check that out on YouTube. Subscribe if you're interested in seeing more content. I plan on posting all of my videos or all of my broadcasts to Twitch or to YouTube. From there, we're gonna do a giveaway tomorrow for MTGO credit, $10 in credit, proudly given away by OCM MTG. This stream is sponsored by them. If you're looking for somebody to support, it's a Midwest vendor who sells mostly online, also travels to events and sells, and there's a big event coming up in February. He's doing a Team Constructed event out of Des Moines. I do plan on going to that. I don't know how I'm gonna get out there or how that's all gonna work yet, but you know, until I go to Cancun with my wife, I'm not really gonna think about it. Yeah, I think that covers it for tonight. Thank you all. If you're new to the stream, consider hitting that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything and it helps me out a lot. We stream every week here, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 6 to 9 o'clock. Mostly play weird decks, maybe some draft. If I have a big event, we might do some testing, but we kind of just fool around on Magic Online. We're not too serious. But yeah, thanks for watching, and you all have a good night. Thanks.